Khampa Borgoyari is Deputy Chief of the Bodoland Territorial Council. Thank you very much. Seshadri Chari, member of the National Executive of the BJP. Wasbir Hussain, a consulting editor from Guwahati. My first question is to Mr. Y.L. Karna, who is Vice President of the Assam Pradesh Congress. So why is the Congress party scared of admitting that the cause is infiltration? Why are you so worried? What are you worried about by accepting that Assam is being run over by Bangladeshi infiltrators, Mr. Karna?
Thank you, Mr. Goswami. Actually, when I am seeing these affairs of BTAD since 3-4 years, I have been meeting with all the people, irrespective of caste, creed, language, Boros, non-Boros, like that. I have seen their feelings also. So, the present incident was occurred. Why this incident was occurred and why it is occurring since 2 decades, that is to be seen separately. One thing I am wanting to point out here, that since long years, Bodos and non-Bodos were residing very peacefully, harmoniously. But since 2 decades, this has started. It is a deep-rooted, politically motivated.
So what do you mean by why you mean deep-rooted, politically motivated, and why don't we be direct? This is a result of infiltration from Bangladesh.
That I will come
no, one second. Let me ask you today, Mr. Karna, answer my question. Are there or are there not Bangladeshi infiltrators residing in large numbers in the once Boro-dominated areas of Assam?
No, we cannot say that Bangladeshis are residing in Bodoland.
Why can't you say?
Citizens, as our chief ministers and the government has told like that. But one thing I am telling you.
No, why can't you say?
Even Bangladeshis are there.
Why can't you say? What is a known fact on which there are facts, and why are you? Sir, let's cut the brass tacks. Again, I will ask you today, why is it so difficult to accept that Bangladeshi infiltrators have taken over large parts of Assam? You have the figures.
There was an agreement between ASUS and the central government, including a state government. And the agreement, it is made the deadline when from the Bangladeshis will be detected. AGP Sarkar was there for 5 years. They could not be able to detect.
That is not.
And today, if you are blaming to the Congress government that Bangladeshis are there and you are not detecting them, I don't think there is any logic in it.
Sir,
but the thing is this time,
sir, I want to get.
Actually, this is not the time.
Let me get Seshadri Chari in.
Political mileage.
No, it's not political mileage. It's a refusal to accept the reality of Assam. Because this.
In the reality.
The reality, Mr. Karna, is that you use infiltrators. People use infiltrators as vote banks. They have become useful vote banks.
No, not that. Everybody is taking the votes of the other minorities, and minorities are.
No, not minorities. I'm not talking about minorities. This is not a communal issue. Why are you making it a communal issue when it is not?
Religious and
it is not a religious issue.
I mean that.
It is not a communal issue.
I am not telling religious. It is religious and linguistic, both minorities. I mean.
No, why are you? Why does the Congress party do this? Whenever a reference goes on the Bangladeshi issue, you raise the question of minority. I am talking of foreigners who have illegally entered and resided in our country. I am not talking of any religious denomination at all.
Government has already declared that there is no Bangladeshi in India, and if there is Bangladeshi, they will be detecting it. Their tribunals.
I would like to inform you. I would like to inform you that on July 15, 2004, for your information, Union Minister of State for Home Affairs Sri Prakash Jaiswal said in Parliament that a figure which I have of 12 million illegal Bangladeshi migrants residing in 17 states and union territories as of 31st December 2001, disclosing 50 lakh residing in Assam. This is what was quoted by Mr. Advani. Now, I would also like to tell you that in April 10th, 1992, Assam's then Chief Minister Hiteshwar Saikia said in the Legislative Assembly that were between 2 and 3 million Bangladeshi infiltrators in Assam. When this got an angry reaction from one of his party people, he retracted and then said there's not a single illegal migrant in the state. This is the history. This is history that I'm quoting to you, sir.
He is there.
Then why are we in denial? Why say there are no?
In what perspective he told? In what perspective Mr. Cesar Saikia told? And in what perspective Mr. Jaswal told? I am not aware of it.
Well, there's only one perspective.
So far our knowledge goes.
The perspective is a factual perspective. I want to get in Seshadri Chari on what appears to be a clear politicization of the issue. Mr. Chari, now what's the best way to address this? Even the BJP was in part, did very little.
BJP did not do anything. They were in power at center.
I don't want to really get into the politics of all these things. I don't see it as a political issue. I don't see it as a religious issue. I don't see it as a minority-majority issue, as the Congress Vice President of Assam wants the nation to believe. Arnav, I believe you are from Assam, and I'm sure you know more about Assam than a Tamilian like me would know. But I was just going through some of the records. You mentioned about what somebody said in 1992. I would like to go back to 1962. 1962, 27th June 1962, the then Prime Minister of India, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, made a statement in Parliament. It is in records of Parliament. He said, the problem of infiltration in Assam is as old as one. I believe that much of this took place in the first 5 years of independence, but we cannot do much about it now. So we fix 1952 as the date of inquiry. The word date of inquiry is used by the then Prime Minister. And then in 1963, the Ministry of External Affairs published a booklet. The name of the booklet is In Flux. The name of the booklet is In Flux. I would really suggest that an intelligent person like you, and also all the intelligent people in the Congress party and some of the people in my own party, I do admit, should read this booklet In Flux. It will be available with the Ministry of External Affairs probably even today. And then they should also read the letter written by the governor of Assam at that time, Lieutenant General retired Sinha.
Yes.
Sinha Saab wrote a letter to the then president, and he in that mentioned that what is happening in Assam today is a serious security threat to the nation, with more than 32 militant and terrorist organizations flourishing in Assam. Now, please, for God's sake, let the government not look at it from the point of view, narrow point of view of politics. They have a government in Assam for the next 5 years. They have already won on the basis of whether legitimate or illegitimate. I am purposely using this word, legitimate or illegitimate. I know I am not speaking in parliament, so maybe the word illegitimate is unparliamentary, but I am sure the media has not yet declared it as un-media. Therefore, let this government stay in Assam, but let us all sink the political differences and address the issue of infiltration as a serious threat to this country. We should not forget that people like Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, people like Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, and even Muhammad Ali Jinnah had demanded that Assam should be part of East Pakistan at that time. And this is an extension of what was demanded by Muhammad Ali Jinnah in 1946. And therefore, it is an absolutely serious matter, and this matter cannot be resolved by a written statement by our new Home Minister. I am extremely sorry to say that the government's response has been pathetic and absolutely lacking any imagination whatsoever.
This passing the buck cannot continue. I agree with you. I want to read out, you mentioned 1998. In 1998, in that 42-page report, General S.K. Sinha writes to President Narayanan, very interesting, and he says, it will only be a matter of time when a demand for merger of a certain part of Assam with Bangladesh will be made. He warns in 1998 The loss of Lower Assam will sever the entire landmass of the northeast from the rest of India, and the rich natural resources of that region will be lost to the nation. Unfortunately, much of what is said is looked at in a pure political context. A pure political context, while Assam is continued.
Arnav, please.
Yes. No, I want to get in Mr. Borgoyari before I come back to you. Mr. Borgoyari.
Please.
Mr. Borgoyari is Deputy Chief of the Bodoland.
Please allow me to read.
Okay, you can read one part. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Arnav, just allow me to read only one sentence.
Yes.
From a book written by Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. The name of the book is Eastern Pakistan, Its Population, Determination and Economics. That is the name of the book, Eastern Pakistan. This is written by Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. It is still available in Asiatic Society in Mumbai. In that book, there is a sentence which he says, something he writes, sentence says, because East Pakistan must have sufficient land for its huge population, and Assam will give its full scope for expansion due to its forest, coal, mineral rich, petroleum, East Pakistan must include Assam. This is what Sheikh Mujibur Rahman has written in his book, and this is exactly what General Sinha reminded the country through the President of India at that time in 1998, and 22 members, Congress members of Parliament wrote to the President asking him to recall Lieutenant General Sinha for what he has written in his letter. 22 congressmen, it is on record.
I can go back.
They wanted the governor to be recalled because he warned the country that we will lose Assam one day.
History is replete with examples. Wasbir Hussain wants to make a point. Wasbir, before I come to you, can I just go across to Mr. Borgoyari once, who is joining us? He's Deputy Chief of the Bodoland Territorial Council. He's joining us from Delhi. Mr. Borgoyari, you know, an attempt is made to not talk about the demographic pressure in your part of Assam due to the influx of infiltrators. Would you like to highlight it today, and do you feel happy that this issue is at least being debated at length on the floor of Parliament, on day one of Parliament?
Yeah, Arnav, we have seen a pandemonium in the Parliament today. The issue has been at least discussed in the Parliament, and all the leaders of our country participated, and if not 100%, most of the Indian leaders, they have accepted today that there are lakhs and lakhs of Bangladeshi infiltrators in Assam. Now what we want is, let us not only discuss, let us not only enact laws, etc., etc.
Well said.
Let us go with action, and that is what we are expecting now. In Bodoland, what is happening? We have been saying this is not the problem of Bodoland only, neither this is the problem of Assam only. This is the problem of entire Northeast. Rather, it is going to be the biggest problem of the country. It is threatening the security in the northeastern area of our country, and it is threatening the security of our country also. Now what we want, the Bodos want, or the indigenous people of Assam or the Northeast want is, let the Indian leaders think seriously on it and take a right decision and action, so that the illegal migrants from Bangladesh are identified and they are deported.
Mr. Borgoyari, you know what the opposite argument is? These people have now lived in Assam for many years. Assam must adopt them. They have to live in Assam. They cannot be picked up. You cannot throw them out. That is a violation of human rights.
Arnav,
you know, you heard of these arguments.
Arnav, this problem is not starting today only. This is the problem of which started right before the independence.